Life lesson story, The Whispering Library Card, a story about possibility, curiosity, and the power of small beginnings. The Old Town Library sat at the top of a gentle hill, surrounded by oak trees that rustled whenever the wind passed through. Most people remembered it for its bell tower or the mural painted along its walls. But for the children of the town, the library had something far more mysterious, the legend of the Whispering Library Card. It was said that once every few years, a particular library card number 412 would choose a reader. Whoever received it would hear a soft whisper when they opened a book, guiding them toward a story they desperately needed, even if they didn't know it yet. Of course, adults dismissed this as imagination, but among the children it was gospel. In that same town lived a quiet girl named Mira. Her teachers said she had potential, but she doubted it. She struggled to speak up, struggled to believe in herself, and struggled even more with the loneliness she felt since her father left months ago. One rainy afternoon, looking for shelter, she stepped into the library. The scent of old books, dust, and polished wood wrapped around her like a blanket. At the front desk sat an elderly librarian named Mr. Cather, spectacles perched on the end of his nose. He glanced up. "First time here?" Myra nodded. "Well then," he said, pulling out a stack of cards. "You'll need a library card." He fanned them like playing cards, letting her choose. Her fingers hovered hesitantly, then touched one soft worn with faded ink. Number 412. As Mr. Cather wrote her name, he paused. "Ah, that one. What about it?" she asked. He smiled. "You'll see." Myra wandered through the aisles. She didn't know what she was looking for. Her fingers brushed the spines of books until she stopped in the fiction section. One book, nearly hidden behind others, caught her eye. She pulled it free. As soon as she opened it, WHSHH. A soft whisper drifted from the pages like a breeze slipping through curtains. She froze. Her heart pounded, but instead of fear, she felt recognition. The whisper wasn't words, it was an urging. A gentle nudge. "Read me." She sat down between the shelves and began reading. The story was about a girl lost in a forest. Not physically lost, but emotionally. She wandered through shadows until she found a lantern glowing faintly. With every brave step she took, the lantern burned brighter. By the end, Myra was crying silently, not because the story was sad, but because it felt like someone had written it for her. She checked the book out. Every day after school, Myra returned to the library, drawn by the whisper of her card. Each book it guided her to felt like a small lantern in her darkness, stories about courage, resilience, love, friendship, belonging. Every story spoke to a part of her she thought no one understood. Slowly, Myra began changing. She raised her hand in class. She answered questions. She made a friend. She even wrote tiny stories in a notebook, imagining her own lantern glowing too. One evening, Miss Carter, her English teacher, approached her after class. "Myra," she said gently, "your writing is special. Would you consider reading it during the school's reading night?" Fear rose instantly in Myra's throat. Her voice stammered. I can't. I'm not good enough." But that night in the library, when she opened her notebook, the whisper came again, soft, encouraging, like a friend taking her hand. She whispered back, "Do you really think I can?" A gentle breeze rustled the pages in answer. She said yes. The night of the event, Mira trembled as she stood on the small stage. Her mother sat in the front row, eyes shining with pride. Her classmates sat scattered throughout the hall. The microphone felt enormous. Her hands shook as she opened the notebook. But then, a strange warmth filled her pocket. The library card. It felt like a heartbeat. Like a whisper saying, "You are ready." She took a breath. And she read. Her voice was shaky at first, but it grew steadier. People leaned forward, drawn into her world, her words, her pain, her hope. When she finished, the room erupted in applause. Mira clutched the notebook to her chest. She wasn't just relieved, she was proud. The next day, she returned to the library, eager to read more. When she handed Mr. Cather her card to check out a new book, he paused. He said quietly. "It's time." "Time for what?" Myra asked. "For your card to choose someone else." She shook her head. "But I'm not done with it." "You are," he said with a gentle smile. "You've listened to its whispers. Now your own voice speaks loudly enough." Myra swallowed. "Then who will it choose next?" "Someone who needs to hear what you heard." He placed the new card number 227 into her hand. "Don't worry," he whispered. "Lanterns don't go out just because one chapter ends." Mira placed her old card on the counter reluctantly, watching as Mr. Cather tucked it away. As she left the library, the wind brushed past her ear. Not a whisper, but something close to a thank you. Moral of the story: sometimes all we need is a small nudge, a whisper, a story, a moment of warmth to remind us that the courage we seek has always been inside us.